the level of frustration some people can just dig right into me is beyond belief. For 2 months, I was living with a couple of people who, one of them claimed to be a staunch atheist, and the other claimed to be an agnostic atheist. And it just blew me away completely that neither one of them believed in evolution. Yeah, you heard that right. An atheist and an agnostic atheist who do not believe in evolution. I had assumed that it was only religious fanatics, creationists, and the like, who were that far gone in their fanaticism to not believe in something like that. I guess they were just trying to prove how skeptical they were, how dogmatically skeptical they were. Now that I think about it, and this would have been a hilarious argument at the time, I should have said, so you don't believe in the theory of evolution? What about the heliocentric theory? What about the theory that the Earth and all the other planets in our solar system revolve around the fucking sun? What about the theory that the Earth is not flat? Of course, then they probably would have just said something douchey about, oh, well, there's evidence for that. There's evidence for those things, but there's no evidence for evolution. That's what I would have done. Not really. I'm not a violent person. I'm a pacifist, but that's what it makes me want to do every time I hear someone say something that's stupid, and just choke or maybe squirt a lemon in their eye or something, Anyway, so let's get past this theory. Only a theory bullshit. Okay. Obviously, they don't know what the difference between theory and hypothesis is. And if they can't understand the difference between the definitions of a fucking hypothesis and a theory, I don't know how they can expect to understand or comprehend anything in science. Anyway, I'm going to read an excerpt from The Greatest Show on Earth, Chapter 1, Only a Theory, by Richard Dawkins. Evolution is a fact, beyond reasonable doubt, beyond serious doubt, beyond sane, informed, intelligent doubt, beyond doubt, evolution is a fact. The evidence for evolution is at least as strong as the evidence for the Holocaust. even allowing for eyewitnesses to the Holocaust. It is the plain truth that we are cousins of chimpanzees, somewhat more distant cousins of monkeys, more distant cousins still of aardvarks and manatees, yet more distant cousins of bananas and turnips. Continue the list as long as desired. That didn't have to be true. It is not self-evidently, tautologically, obviously true. And there was a time when most people, even educated people, thought it wasn't. It didn't have to be true, but it is. We know this because a rising flood of evidence supports it. Evolution is a fact, and this book will demonstrate it. No reputable scientist disputes it, and no unbiased reader will close the book doubting it. Why then do we speak of Darwin's theory of evolution, thereby, it seems, giving spurious comfort to those of a creationist persuasion, the history deniers, the 40%ers, who think the word theory is a concession, handing them some kind of gift or victory. What is a theory? What is a fact? Only a theory? Let's look at what theory means. The Oxford English Dictionary gives two meanings. Actually, there are more, but these are the only two that matter here. Theory, sense 1. A scheme or system of ideas or statements held as an explanation or account of a group of facts or phenomena. A hypothesis that has been confirmed or established by observation or experiment, and is propounded or accepted as accounting for the known facts. A statement of what are held to be the general laws, principles, or causes of something known or observed. Theory, sense 2. A hypothesis proposed as an explanation, hence a mere hypothesis, speculation, conjecture. An idea or set of ideas about something, an individual view or notion. Obviously, the two meanings are quite different from one another. And the short answer to my question about the theory of evolution is that the scientists are using sense 1, while creationists are, perhaps mischievously, perhaps sincerely, opting for sense 2. A good example of sense 1 is the heliocentric theory of the solar system, the theory that Earth and all the other planets orbit the sun. Evolution fits sense 1 perfectly. Darwin's theory of evolution is indeed a scheme or system of ideas or statements. It does account for a massive group of facts or phenomena. It is a hypothesis that has been confirmed or established by observation or experiment. And by generally informed consent, it is a statement of what are held to be the general laws, principles, or causes of something known or observed. It is certainly very far from a mere hypothesis, speculation, conjecture. Scientists and creationists are understanding the word theory in two very different senses. Evolution is a theory in the same sense that the heliocentric theory evolution is a theory in the same sense as the heliocentric theory. In neither case should the word only be used, as in only a theory. As for the claim that evolution has never been proved, proof is a notion that scientists have been intimidated into mistrusting. Influential philosophers, douchebags, tell us we can't prove anything in science. Mathematicians can prove things according to one strict view. They are the only people who can. But the best scientists can do is fail to disprove things while pointing to how hard they tried. Even the undisputed theory that the moon is smaller than the sun cannot, to the satisfaction of a certain kind of philosopher, again, douchebag, cunt, twat, what have you, um, be proved in the way that, for example, the Pythagorean theorem can be proved. But massive accretions, I guess that's how you say the word, of evidence support it so strongly that to deny it the status of fact seems ridiculous to all but pedants. The same is true of evolution. Evolution is a fact in the same sense that it is a fact that Paris is in the northern hemisphere, though logic choppers rule the town. Some theories are beyond sensible doubt, and we call them facts. The more energetically and thoroughly you try to disprove a theory, if it survives the assault, the more closely it approaches what common sense happily calls a fact. I could carry on using theory sense 1 and theory sense 2, but numbers are unmemorable. I need substitute words. We already have a good word for theory sense 2. It is hypothesis. Everybody understands that a hypothesis is a tentative idea awaiting confirmation or falsification, and it is precisely this tentativeness that evolution has now shed, although it was still burdened within Darwin's time. Theory sense 1 is harder. It would be nice to simply go on using theory, as though sense 2 didn't exist. Indeed, a good case could be made that sense 2 shouldn't exist because it is confusing and unnecessary, given that we have hypothesis. Unfortunately, sense 2 of theory is in common use, and we can't, by fiat, ban it. And of course, I would agree that we should not have theory sense 2 for the same reason. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest, because, again, I mean, it's been a few months since I lived with these fucking Looney Tunes. That's not the only thing that made them Looney Tunes. There were some other things. I don't really feel like going into it, and I don't have time in the rest of this video to go into it. But it's due to those Looney Tunes. And more recently, as in today, even more fucking quacks, even more ridiculous retards. That this annoyance and frustration has built within me. Too bad I did not have this book to shove in their face and be like, don't fucking talk to me again until you've read this book about this subject. Shut the fuck up, read the goddamn book. And you know what? Read Darwin's book, too. Just for good measure. Anyway, we are Legion V. Namaste.